little bit of burger for breakfast with a little Sloppy Joe seasoning mix.
Have some more Sloppy Joes. I made them extra sloppy for you.
The local star of the show. Yeah. Came down this trail here and he scared me. Happy 4th of July, friends. Happy birthday, America. Freedom. That's what this is all about, friends. Da 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 da. Had the deer come through camp this morning already. Well, they were right out there. Good morning, guys. That's pretty much an everyday thing at this spot. I just want to run a couple pans in one particular area just to see. Let's see if there's any gold in the tellings. Is there gold in the telling pile? Well, pretty crummy. Just a lot of loose rocks sitting on top of each other. Yeah, that's definitely not what I'm looking for. But screw it, we'll take some anyway. We'll take some anyway. The spot that I'm checking out right now, my buddy actually took a couple ounces out behind me with the dredge years back. And my thoughts are, well, maybe up a little bit higher, maybe there's a little bit of gold left. So we're just checking it out and seeing if some gold shows up. Multiple fine pieces coming out of this channel right here. Almost thinking about taking my sluice box out there just for fun because, well, just to get a bigger test. But here's the thing. If you can't find what you want with a pan, it usually doesn't get any better with a sluice box. If that's what you're seeing with a pan, you're just going to have more of that with a sluice box. And by looking at that, you would really have to move a lot of it to make it add up. Oh, man. 8 minutes. I need to do something about this. Yeah. Not gonna latch up today and get all my latches done because we're really not going that far. Nope, we're really not going that far. We've got fluids and we've already got our gear down at the creek. I just took it down there just a few minutes ago. Yeah, time other rocks hit it and scurry it along, it'll be just fine. Well, the light has to be just about right. Anyhow, I don't think you guys saw anything in there. Maybe you did. But, yeah, I'm just knocking this stuff off right here. There's actually a mound. See all the stones? Yep. Just taking what I can and throwing it through the sluice box, and we'll see. Yeah. So there is a little bit in there, and if there's a little bit up there, there's probably a little bit back here as well in the moss. I don't know how much farther I'm going to go into this. I don't even want to touch that. However, I go this way, and I think it's better this way. Go figure with all this stuff right there. It's not impressive by any means, but I've just been doing some test pans, seeing if I can't throw some more color in the box. Like I said, guys, it's not crazy, but we're getting something in there today. Whoa, we lost our friend. I don't know if he was hanging on for dear life or if he was actually just hanging out there on purpose. And I actually see him. He's right down there. Oh, there he goes. Whoa, is that a piece of gold? I think that's a piece of gold. All right, well, we'll see what's in the miner's moss. You swirl it up a little bit. So yeah, guys, we got some fine gold in there, and well, that's definitely the best piece of the day. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's probably, I would hope to be a bigger piece inside there, maybe. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to see some gold today, see some color in the pan. Good day, friends. I hope you're all doing well out there. Good morning, friends. Ooh, get some of the dirt out of there. Some of that pay dirt. I don't think there was really very much pay dirt yesterday. Here's yesterday's cons. I actually panned it down a little bit just to take a look at it, but well, let's just take a look and see what I actually got yesterday and see it all in one pile. I've made the executive decision for the gold that I'm seeing. I am not going into the weeds for it. If it was good, I would be doing it, but it's not that good. That one's for you guys. Some Crystal Light sugar-free lemonade at 5 calories per serving. I've actually been counting calories for the last, well, 6 days, and then I moved into the low-carb dieting. When I start doing low carbs, I don't count calories because there's really no point. I had pizza for like 6 days in a row, but I counted my calories, friends. Yeah. You can eat whatever you want as far as weight loss goes, as long as you burn more calories than you take in. Obviously, a chicken breast and baked potato is probably a better option than pizza, but you can have pizza as long as you've watched yourself. What's this got to do with gold, Matt? This has to do with my life, friends. This is life right here. Can you believe it? I'm going to be turning 40 this December. Holy crap. And I know some of you guys are watching this. 40 is still pretty young. Well, I'm not 20 anymore, friends, and I always tell the youngsters, it happens fast, in a blink of an eye. You're going to be 40 before you know it. Life happens fast and life moves fast, and I started doing this when I was 23. And, well, I ask myself sometimes, lately I've been asking myself, what's next? What is next for me? Well, since I'm turning 40 this December, I made a goal this year to get in the best shape of my life. I'd actually like to see my abs. I got a nice set of 6-pack abs down there, but you can't see them because covered up with a little bit of fluff. I've always struggled being able to get lean. That's been my weakness, if you must know, is getting lean enough. You know, I actually always wanted to do something in the fitness industry. That's what I was going to do. I was going to do something in fitness, friends, but my first thing that I wanted to do as a kid was be a gold prospector and a gold miner. Yep, and then I started racing go-karts and got into that for a while. And then I remember starting to work at a lumber yard, and I just remember having that conversation with myself, you need to go gold mining. But then I got into stunt bike riding for a while. And, shortly after that, I started going gold prospecting when I was 23. And I do kind of miss all the things I used to do, friends. I really do. I still think about riding wheelies sometimes and doing tricks on the motorcycle. I still think about racing sometimes. And, well, lately I've been thinking about working out a lot, even though gold mining is kind of a workout. It's not exactly the same as a bodybuilding program. Otherwise, everybody that does it would be absolutely ripped and shredded, and, well, that's not the case. Yeah. But, like I said, guys, whoa! Gold prospecting was one of the things I wanted to do since I was a kid, since I was in 3rd grade. And, well, I would say I'm blessed, friends. I'm out here living in the woods. I'm living out of my van. And I have a lot more freedom than a lot of people have in life. And I am grateful for that. But I tell you what, when you're not finding the gold, I was finding some pretty decent gold. And it was fun. Well, it's not so fun when you're not finding the type of gold that you need to be finding. Yeah. And, well, I'd be lying to you to say I wasn't ready to switch gears. And when I say switch gears, I have bigger plans than running a sluice box in a pan. I don't have any problems running a sluice box if the ground is good, but I don't really like getting my stuff out there and setting it up for the spot that I found here. To me, it really wasn't worth it. But I just wanted to see some gold, so I guess it was worth it. But as far as staying down there and moving that type of ground through the box, I'd be here all year and I still want to have an ounce. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. And that's true. You gotta know when to work it and when to just leave it and go look for something better. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. I need to find something better. But, yeah, what's next for me? Am I going to keep living in the van and keep gold prospecting at least until I run out of money? Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can get on some good gold here soon. That's what I'm hoping. But it wears on you a little bit. It does. Especially when I said I was ready to switch gears. Well, I am kind of ready to switch gears a little bit. And I've had some dredging offers. But I made a goal when I came out here this year, guys, I told myself, you're sticking to the game plan. I made a certain game plan. And here's the thing. I have gone dredging before. I have left, like, there's a saying in gold mining, don't leave gold to go find gold. And, well, I'm in the 2nd highest producing area of gold in California. And there's been a lot of gold around here that, excuse me real quick. Ah, there it is. Oh, there it is. A runny nose in the summer. Yeah. But I have jumped states before, guys. Like, I have offers right now of people that have offered for me to go dredging in other states. The best one would be Idaho. All I got to do is show up and there's a 4-inch dredge waiting for me. And I get to keep all the gold that I find. That's a pretty hard deal to beat right there. And, well, quite honestly, dredging is better than running a sluice box most of the time. Because, well, I have gone dredging and spent 2 or 3 months floating the river poking holes and didn't even walk away with an ounce of gold. So all because you're dredging doesn't mean you're going to get gold. You still have to have, the ground still has to have gold in it. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just cleaning rocks. And we didn't come out here just to clean rocks. And we don't go dredging just to clean rocks. No. Hey, what the frick? Oh, man. Well, what's next? Well, I'm going to keep on prospecting and keep on looking for gold. I've just been enjoying this campsite, doing some video editing, and really trying to get a game plan of where to go next. And I guess I'll finish off by saying, once again, thank you for everybody who's watching my videos. But I have been receiving quite a few messages from people lately, and they all kind of look the same. People that want to meet up, and then people who want to know where I'm at. And well, if you watch my videos, I tell you where I'm at. And what gets me is people will still watch the videos and then they'll ask me where I'm at. And I'm like, if you watch the video, I've been telling you pretty much every video or showing you where I'm at, but people still ask me. And I understand if this is your first time viewing in, but some of you guys have watched several videos and you're still asking me where I'm at. Those are the comments that I should just leave blank, honestly. Instead of saying, I'm in happy camp. And well, some of you guys want to know if it's worth coming here. Well, you might come here and you might not find anything. It's a real possibility. So if you can't handle the idea of coming out here and going prospecting and mining and not finding anything, you might want to find something else to do, because that's a real possibility. It might happen. It could happen. You could come out here and you could not find anything. And, well, you might come out here and you might find more gold than I've ever found. That's a possibility, too. I like to think I have better chances than someone who has never done it before because, well, I've been prospecting for years and I have a little bit of experience on it. But, well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to find gold all the time either. You just got to keep going, guys. That's the best advice I can give you. You just got to keep moving forward. But my question I've been asking myself is, where do I go next? Do I stay in this area forever? For example, you aren't allowed to dredge here legally. People ask me why I'm not dredging. Well, because you can't dredge legally. And if you say do it anyway, you go set your dredge up on the river out there. You go set up at the spots that you actually need to be at to get gold. Yeah, there's a few stealth spots, but if you're going to keep doing this, you got to have ground. If you don't have ground to work, what do you got? You got nothing. A gold miner is only as good as the ground they got. I'm not even sure how to finish this now. I've just been asking myself to, and my nose is itching, man. I always heard if your nose is itching, someone must be talking about you. Someone must be talking about me. Oh, man. That's all right. They talk about me as much as they want. I don't care. I don't care. Had the Forest Service come and whip a Yui in here today. Looked out of my van and saw the National Forest sign on the truck, and I'm like, yeah, they're either coming down here to check me out or coming down here to do a U-turn. Somebody new that's never worked for the service before and coming to check things out. I think there's a lot of people who work out there that probably don't even know all the spots that there are. All right, friends, I don't have much to say. I'm not looking to meet up with anybody right now or do any collaborating like that. I really appreciate everybody who watches the videos. I made a game plan this season to stay out here in California, just because you start jumping states, you start going to Colorado, you start going to Idaho to go dredging, and you don't find what you need, and you tell yourself, why did I jump states? I spent all that fuel jumping states, and I could have just stayed where I was. My goal is to get 3 ounces by the end of this season, and well, we're working on ounce number 2 right now. I think we have anywhere between 5 and 7 grams. Some of you guys have told me by the looks of it that I have over half an ounce from what you've seen, but I tell you what, those black sands are really tricky. You can lay a layer of gold on top of the black sand, and everybody who's looking at it on the screen will say, oh my gosh, but then you wiggle the pan down and you get the gold consolidated to a line and you see what's actually there and you're like, whoa, that's shrunk a lot. So I have a ways to go before my 2nd ounce is done. I know that. But yeah, what is next for me? Am I going to keep living in the van, friends? Or will I get a piece of property? And it would be I think about that sometimes, having my own piece of property. Being able to set my own camp up and not have to have the Forest Service drive through here and do a U-turn. Not that I really minded that much. But I'm thinking about spending the weekend here and then going back off grid for the next couple weeks and going back to an area that I've prospected before and getting on some good gold, hopefully. I do think about jumping down to the #1 area producing of gold, but, well, there's gold around where I am and it's quieter. It is. It's a little bit quieter in this area than other areas for sure. And that's one of the things I like about this area is it's quieter. Which leads me to my next point. Is gold prospecting competitive? You know, you get those people sending me messages, where are you at? Geez, some of you guys want the GPS coordinates. Yeah, let me just, some of you guys want to bring your sluice box and you want to set it up right next to me. I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. Get out there and do your own prospecting, friends. Find your own gold. I'm not going to be, I do value my privacy, and if you want to pull up next to me and just set your box up next to me and say, I've seen you on YouTube. That's why I don't really like telling people where I'm at, because I don't want someone showing up and working out of my honey hole. Can you guys blame me? I mean, if you had a fishing spot that was awesome, would you want everybody and their brother out there bumping elbows with you? So when people send me messages and they ask me where I'm at, I'm just like, hey, yeah. Let me tell you exactly where I'm at. All right, guys, I've yip-yacked enough for this one. I appreciate everybody out there who's still here right now. And if you're still here and haven't done it yet, maybe smash the subscribe or the thumbs up video and smash the subscribe button as well. And we'll see you in the next one.